If getting out of a chair feels harder every month and your legs look thinner, these 8 foods stop muscle loss fast. When we talk about muscle loss, which doctors call sarcopenia, we are discussing a natural yet manageable decline in the muscle mass and strength that seems to pick up speed after the age of 60. This isn't simply about looking less toned, it directly impacts how independent you feel and your overall quality of life. Many seniors mistakenly dismiss the early signals as just getting old, but these symptoms are really your body asking for the right kind of support. Recognizing them is the first step toward getting your strength back. Here are the key signs that tell you muscle strength might be slipping. You start finding simple, everyday activities much harder than they used to be. Things like opening a tight jar, twisting off a bottle cap, or carrying even light groceries feel much heavier. Getting up from a low-slung sofa or out of a car seat might require you to push yourself up with your arms, which is a very clear sign that your leg muscles are weakening. Your walking pace naturally slows down. You might struggle to keep up with friends, or crossing a busy street before the light changes feels like an unnecessary rush. This change in how you walk often comes down to reduced power in your thigh muscles. You might notice more issues with balance and increased falls. Weakness in your core and legs directly affects your stability. Stumbling or falling becomes more common, even when you are walking across familiar living room carpet. While your overall weight may stay about the same, you notice less definition and a smaller circumference in your limbs. The valuable muscle tissue is gradually being replaced by fat or fibrous tissue. You feel tired much more quickly during physical activity, and your ability to perform daily chores without needing a break decreases noticeably. Even light gardening or just tidying the house seems to leave you exhausted. You might see unexpected weight changes, either gaining or losing, often with a higher proportion of body fat. Muscle is more active metabolically than fat, so losing muscle naturally slows down your metabolism. Finally, existing joint pain might worsen. Weak muscles are less able to support your joints, particularly your knees and hips, which can increase the pain from conditions like arthritis. Understanding why muscle mass slips away as we age isn't complicated. It's a combination of simple biological shifts and lifestyle changes that, when ignored, lead to that noticeable decline. First, there are hormonal changes. As we age, the key hormones responsible for building muscle like testosterone and growth hormone naturally decrease. These hormones act like construction foremen, telling your body's building blocks to repair and grow new muscle tissue. With less of them, those signals become weaker. Plus, increased insulin resistance means your muscle cells are less efficient at soaking up the nutrients they need to function and repair themselves. The most critical biological factor is the lack of muscle protein synthesis. This is the process of creating new muscle protein to repair fibers that have been worn down. For seniors, 2 things happen. You need more protein because your body becomes less sensitive to the protein you eat. It takes a larger amount of protein in a single meal to actually kickstart the muscle building process compared to when you were younger. And even when you eat enough, your muscles are slower to use the building blocks, the amino acids, to rebuild. The less you use a muscle, the faster you lose it. As activities become harder, many seniors naturally reduce their movement, which unfortunately starts a vicious cycle. Weakness makes you less active, and less activity makes you even weaker. Even just 2 weeks of reduced movement, perhaps due to a small illness or injury, can cause a significant strength setback. Remember, movement is the signal for your body to retain muscle. Finally, there's poor nutrition and absorption. Many seniors simply don't eat enough overall protein. Appetite sometimes decreases, or health issues lead to restricting certain foods. Also, the ability of your digestive system to absorb nutrients efficiently diminishes with age, meaning the protein you do eat might not be fully available to your muscles. Don't skip the next section, because the secret to reversing this decline isn't just about exercising more, it's about eating the right amount of protein at the right time. We're about to cover 8 specific foods that solve the absorption problem directly. Stopping sarcopenia is primarily a nutritional strategy. You absolutely must provide your muscles with the right building blocks and signals to rebuild. We are focusing here on how easily your body can absorb and utilize the nutrients, which doctors call bioavailability, and the leucine content, which is a powerful amino acid that specifically switches on the muscle rebuilding process. Here are 8 highly effective muscle-building foods for seniors, chosen for their superior nutritional profile and how easy they are to eat. 1. Greek yogurt, full fat or 2%. Why it works. Greek yogurt is an exceptionally dense source of protein. A single 6-ounce container can easily contain 15 to 20 grams of protein, a significant amount for triggering muscle repair. It has both whey protein, which is fast digesting and gives an immediate muscle-building signal, and casein protein, which is slow digesting and provides sustained overnight muscle repair. It's also very soft and easy to eat, even for those with dental issues. Tip: eat a cup of Greek yogurt after your walk or light activity, or have it as a bedtime snack to help fuel recovery while you sleep. 2. Wild-caught salmon. Why it works. Salmon is a perfect dual-action food. It gives you high-quality protein, around 22 grams in a small 3-ounce portion, and it is one of the best sources of omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA. These healthy fats are crucial because they reduce chronic inflammation, which is a known suppressor of muscle growth and a driver of aging. Less inflammation means your body can focus on better muscle repair. Tip: aim to have 2 servings of salmon a week. Canned salmon is just as effective as fresh, and it's much more budget-friendly and easier to prepare quickly. 3. Eggs, the whole egg. Why it works. Eggs are often called the perfect protein because they contain all 9 essential amino acids in the precise ratios your body needs to build muscle. Crucially, the yolk contains vital nutrients, including vitamin D, which is essential for muscle function, and healthy fats, which help your body absorb all those nutrients. Do not skip the yolk. Tip: try to consume at least 2 to 3 eggs daily. Scrambled, hard-boiled, or in an omelet, they are simple, cheap, and gentle on your digestive system. 4. Whey protein powder. Why it works. This is arguably the most powerful food on the list for directly activating the muscle-building signal. Whey is rich in leucine, the specific amino acid that acts as the key to unlock muscle protein synthesis. Because it is digested rapidly, it delivers a quick and high dose of protein exactly when your muscles need it most, such as after you've been active. Tip: mix 20 to 25 grams of whey protein into water, milk, or a smoothie within an hour of your daily exercise. It's an easy way to ensure you hit that minimum protein threshold that your aging muscles require. 5. Cottage cheese. Why it works. Like Greek yogurt, cottage cheese is a powerhouse of casein protein, which makes up about 80% of its protein content. Casein digests very slowly, feeding your muscles a steady stream of amino acids for several hours. This makes it an ideal food to eat a few hours before bed to maximize your nighttime repair. Tip: have a bowl of cottage cheese, at least 4 ounces for 12 to 14 grams of protein, with a few berries or a sprinkle of pepper before settling down for the evening. 6. Lentils and beans. Why it works. While animal proteins are ideal, lentils and beans are essential for adding variety and providing fiber and plant-based protein. They help regulate blood sugar, which indirectly supports better muscle health by improving overall metabolic function. They are also easy to prepare in soft soups or stews. Tip: always combine them with a grain like brown rice or whole wheat bread to create what we call a complete protein, one that contains all the essential amino acids. 7th. Beef, lean cuts. Why it works. Beef is the best source of creatine in the diet, a naturally occurring compound that helps your muscles generate the energy needed for short bursts of activity, like getting up from a chair. It also contains highly absorbable iron, which prevents fatigue and ensures oxygen reaches your working muscles. Tip: opt for lean cuts like sirloin or tenderloin. Prepare it ground or in slow-cooked stews if you find chewing difficult. 8. Almonds and walnuts. Why it works. These nuts provide a highly concentrated source of calories, fiber, and healthy fats, but their real value is how they help boost your overall calorie intake and the ease of eating them as a protein booster. They also contain magnesium, a mineral essential for muscle contraction and relaxation. Tip: instead of eating a handful alone, sprinkle crushed nuts over your yogurt, oatmeal, or a salad to boost the protein and calorie density of a meal you are already eating. You might be thinking, how much of this do I actually need? The latest science shows that for seniors, the old protein recommendations are simply too low. I'll share the exact daily protein target you should aim for and how to spread it out across your day right after we discuss safe, simple exercises. Nutrition provides the building blocks, but resistance training provides the signal. Without challenging your muscles, they have no reason to grow stronger. You don't need a gym. You need consistency and a focus on functional movements. 1. Prioritize functional movements. Functional movements mimic the actions you perform every single day, making your daily life safer and easier. The chair squat is the getting up drill. Sit in a sturdy kitchen chair with your feet shoulder width apart. Without using your hands, stand up slowly, then sit back down slowly. Slow and controlled movement is the key. Start with 3 sets of 8 repetitions. This directly trains the thigh and buttock muscles needed to get up from any seated position. Wall push-ups. Stand a couple of feet from a solid wall. Place your hands flat against the wall, shoulder width apart. Slowly bend your elbows to bring your chest closer to the wall, then push back until your arms are straight. This is a very safe way to build chest, shoulder, and arm strength without risking a fall on the floor. Calf raises. Hold on to the back of a chair or kitchen counter. Slowly lift your heels until you are standing on the balls of your feet, then lower back down gently. This strengthens the lower leg muscles crucial for balance and for pushing off while walking. 2. Embrace resistance bands. Light resistance bands, which are inexpensive and easily stored, are a wonderful tool for seniors. They provide a progressive resistance that is gentle on your joints. Use them for bicep curls, for carrying objects, and tricep extensions for pushing off from a chair or rolling out of bed. You can also use them around your ankles while seated to perform leg abductions, which means moving your leg out to the side to strengthen hip muscles, which are vital for your stability. 3. The protein timing principle. To maximize the effect of the foods we just discussed, you must spread your protein intake across the day. Your muscles can only use so much protein at one time. Aim for 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein at every single meal. Your total daily target. For most seniors, aiming for 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight is the latest, most effective recommendation. You can estimate this by dividing your weight in pounds by 2.2 and then multiplying by 1.2. For example, a 150-pound person needs about 82 grams of protein daily. We've covered the symptoms and the best foods. Now, let's talk safety. Before you try any new habit, you must know the crucial safety steps, especially around medication interactions and when to consult a specialist. While these strategies are universally beneficial, they must be implemented thoughtfully, especially considering other health conditions or medications you may be taking. Always consult your primary care physician before making any significant change to your diet or starting a new exercise routine. This is particularly important if you have kidney disease, as high protein intake can be taxing on damaged kidneys, and your doctor will need to approve your specific protein target. If you have heart disease or high blood pressure, your doctor should review your exercise plan and may advise caution with high-sodium foods, like some cottage cheese. If you have mobility issues, a physical therapist or occupational therapist can provide personalized, safe exercises tailored to your exact balance and strength level. Hydration is non-negotiable. Muscle tissue is about 75% water. Dehydration severely compromises muscle function, accelerates fatigue, and can increase the risk of cramps and dizziness, which can easily lead to falls. A good rule of thumb is to aim for at least 8 glasses of water or hydrating fluids like unsweetened tea or broth daily. Don't wait until you feel thirsty, as thirst often signals you're already dehydrated. Focus on quality over quantity in exercise. The goal is not to lift the heaviest weight, but to perform exercises with perfect form and control. Always move slowly and deliberately during the strengthening exercises. Rushing increases your risk of injury and actually reduces how much your muscle is engaged. Muscle soreness is normal, sharp joint pain is not. If an exercise hurts, stop immediately and seek advice. Watch for medication interactions. Some medications can affect your appetite, nutrient absorption, or muscle function. Corticosteroids, often used for inflammation, can accelerate muscle loss. It's even more critical to focus on protein and strength training while on these. Statins, for cholesterol, can sometimes cause muscle aches. Discuss any new or unusual pain with your doctor. We're almost to the end, but I want to give you a simple action plan. In our final section, I'll combine the foods and the habits into a 3-step summary you can start tomorrow morning. We've covered a lot of ground, from the subtle symptoms of sarcopenia to the best foods and safest exercises. Here is your clear, actionable plan to start rebuilding strength and independence tomorrow. Step 1. Hit your protein threshold. First, determine your personal daily protein goal. Remember, 1.2 grams per kilogram of body weight. Then, divide and conquer. Ensure you eat 25 to 30 grams of protein at every single meal. For example, for breakfast, you could have 2 scrambled eggs plus half a cup of cottage cheese, which gives you approximately 30 grams of protein. For lunch, 3 ounces of salmon plus a side of lentils gives you about 35 grams of protein. Step 2. Signal your muscles to grow. Always consume a fast-digesting protein, like whey protein powder mixed in water or Greek yogurt within an hour of your movement session. Remember the power of leucine. Prioritize foods rich in leucine, like those in the dairy and beef categories, as they provide the strongest signal for muscle repair. Step 3. Consistency in movement. Commit to functional resistance training, like chair squats and wall push-ups, at least 3 times a week, leaving a day in between for recovery. Start slow, begin with a low number of repetitions, and gradually increase them. Never rush. Sarcopenia is not an unavoidable sentence. It is a condition that responds powerfully to targeted nutrition and movement. By focusing on these 8 foods and integrating simple strengthening habits, you can stop the muscle loss cycle, significantly improve your strength, and maintain the independence you cherish. Remember, your body is capable of rebuilding at any age. The key is giving it the right fuel and the right signal. Don't let a loss of strength limit your life any longer. Comment which food strengthened your legs the fastest.